Alright, welcome back everybody to more IR3. And our glass has gotten done, but I have been looking over things, and I actually think I want to change things around. So this might be a little bit of a longer video, so strap yourselves in, because I have an idea. And I'm not quite sure how this idea is going to work out yet, but I have an idea. So the way we've been doing this so far is that we have our main materials coming in here, or at least for the most part. We have our copper, our tin, our stone, and then our bronze. And we have our basic material setup area over here. And then we have all of our automation running down through this area. But I feel that as we get into more of our research here, let's see, we're getting to iron here. We can actually go ahead and do that whenever we're ready to, which is going to give us a whole nother list of things, materials. And so we're going to end up with this just huge belt line here, is what I'm feeling. And there's some things that we don't have on the belt that we really kind of should. So I'm thinking we're going to make this into a little bit of more of a region type of thing. Because I don't think when we get into this iron stuff here, like combustion engine here, it's just going to take iron. It's not going to take bronze. It's not going to take copper. It's not going to take tin. And I'm feeling that might be the way for, some of the other stuff later on. And I really don't want to spoil things for me or for you. So we're not going to look at, the recipes here to see. Now, I'm sure when we get into the electric and stuff like that, we're definitely going to need copper. And there's going to be some things that we're going to need tin for. Maybe. And there's possibly things that we're going to need bronze for. But for the most part, I feel that this is going to be more of a, let's say, ages type of thing. So this is our copper age. We're entering our bronze age. And we're getting close to the Iron Age. Which, while we're talking about this here, I did see forestry here. That's going to let us get rubber wood, regular wood. We definitely need this. So let's go ahead and get that started. Let that research while I'm running my yap here. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to tear most of this, if not every last bit of this out of here. And I'm going to rebuild it. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and at least... No, we're not even going to do that. So I'm going to have the main materials coming in on this line right here. So I'm going to take the stone and I'm going to send it over this way. And I actually, to be fair, let me rephrase that. I'm not going to rip this out right now. We are going to rip it out, but not right now. We have a pretty decent little area here before we get to these cliffs, which, Spoiler alert, I did scroll down. Explosives are way down here, and cliff explosives are in that. We have got a lot of work to do before we get to explosives. So we're going to have to work around these cliffs a bit. But we have a lot of room over here. But we also have a lot of room down here that we haven't used. And so what I'm thinking is that I'm going to send, like, right here, we can split these off. And we can kind of rebuild our copper area in, say, this area. Which, by the way, I did notice we can make stone brick as paths. I'm guessing that was kind of part of why they showed this here. And I never even thought about the fact that I could... It never once dawned on me that this was the stone brick I was using to make my furnaces. But let me go ahead and clean this up here. And we're going to make a path over from the smelting area. So this is our smelting area here. And I'm just going to, let's go ahead and leave. So we've got tin, copper, stone. Then we're going to have wood. We can only go over that far. So that's going to be our first 4 raw materials. And so then we're going to do another jump right there, and that'll leave us room for iron. Anything that comes after iron, there hopefully probably is steel. And that'll also leave us room if we need like extra lines of something else. So we may need 2 lines of copper. We may need 2 lines of iron, whatever. But as of right now, this is going to be our material bus, we'll call it. So we'll just have this here, and we'll have that one there. And so I'm going to take the stone brick here, and these don't actually need to be here because I don't know if we're going to have anything going there. But I'm going to take our stone brick here, and I'm just going to make us a bit of a path right through here that'll get us through there. And then right here, I'm going to have our main lines that we need for our copper age, which from what we have learned from the copper age, we're going to need tin, copper, stone, and wood. That's going to be the 4 things that we need going forward in this area. So I'm just going to fill out a bit of an area here, and we're going to take our stone brick pathway here, and we're going to have it go right across the top. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this out all the way over to what we have up there and get it connected up to our lines that we currently have, and I'll get right back with you. Alright, other than wood, we have it all set up here. It's a little bit of a mess coming through here. I did have to go across my second main line here just a little bit for the tin. But other than that, it looks pretty decent. So we have stone, tin, and copper on the line. Now, we are going to set up basically the same thing we have up here in this area, but we're going to do it more kind of regionally, I guess. So if we look at our belts, what we're going to need for our belts is copper rod, copper gear, tin plate. For this, it's just the more of the same. And then for these, we're going to need tin gears. So for all of our belts, we're going to need, you come down here, we're going to need basically those four. We're going to need tin plates. We're going to need copper gears. We're going to need copper rods. And we're going to need tin gear. So that's the four materials we're going to need for making our belts. And so we're going to set an area up here, leaving enough room to add in more of these if we need to. But we're going to set up a small smelting or processing area for those four things right here, which will then come out onto these four. Or I may not do it like that. We'll see. Our forestry is finished, so we can now start making our bronze forestry. And we're going to have to make glass for that. So this is nothing we're getting into currently, but we are going to start on getting these guys made. I'm just going to work through these last couple bronze ones here while we're going through this. Alright, so let me see here. So let's just do a copy of this basic area right here for right now, just so we can have an idea. And I'm going to turn off the bots. So we're just going to put this, say, here. This will give us a basic idea of what we were doing up here. And now we have our belts here. And holy crap, we do have long-armed things, and I completely forgot it when we were doing this. How did I forget we had long arm? They're right there. Okay. So I'm a dork. Completely forgot that. That's going to take a tin rod. Yeah, okay. So we're going to automate both of those as well. In a minute. Well, it's going to be more in a minute. But I think we're going to change it a little bit. We're going to keep 2 for making... Do we need 2 for making belts? I don't think we need 2 for making belts. Okay. So, let me see here. So, making a belt takes a second. Making an underground takes a second. But it takes 5 belts. And we make 2 belts in 1 second. And we need 2 belts, and it takes a second to make that. So yeah, let's go ahead and keep this part right here, except we are going to take out this part. And we're going to have a belt come across there. So we're going to have that turn. So that's going to do our belts there. Let's go ahead and plug these in for the moment. So we need these 3 materials going into these 2 machines. So we're going to have those come in right here. So we'll have our tin plates, our copper gear, and our copper rod go into that belt. Now, how long does it take to make a tin plate? It takes 1 second. And for a copper gear, it's going to take 1 second, which takes a copper plate. And then the gear, or the rod, again, is a second. So I'm going to say, let's move these out. Then we're going to put in 4 for tin plates. And I'm probably going to move this over just a little. And then we need 4 here that are going to be for making copper plates. And if I could hit the right button. So we're going to change this out for copper plate. And then we're going to go ahead and just do, I think, 2 for the copper rod. Yeah, because we need 2 of the gears, but we only need 1 of the rod. And that's going to give us 2 for every one. So I seriously think we're not going to need but 2 of those. And then these are going to go down here. And that only takes 1 plate. Okay. So we're going to do that. And then that's going to go into there. These are all going to turn this way. So we can feed our steam in from the side. So then we're going to have our tin here and our copper there. And then that's going to feed into there. And then these are going to feed out like that. So then we're going to have the tin plate. And I may have to move this just a little, but this is the basic idea. And then we can have this come down. We can get rid of this, and like I said, this is probably going to move. And then we'll have this one come down. So that's the materials we're going to need right there. So let's go ahead and take all this out for the moment. Alright. So then we're going to put these back in here. Again, turn like that. And we're going to have that across like that. And we'll have these 2 right there. And we'll make 2 of our long-armed ones, which will go up there for those. Okay, I think so far so good. So let's try to get, first off, some steam into this area. Let's go ahead and make a short one here. And we can feed all that into there, all of that into there, and all of that into there. Okay, that'll take care of that. So then we just need to send tin down to this area, and we need to send copper down to this area. So far, so good. Now, we're going to bring this down, and we're going to make an underground. And we're going to send this over. Yeah, that's fine. Like that. So now that's going to make our belts. And we're going to put one here, one here. We'll bring this down like that. And then we'll have this come over this direction. And now over here, just a little bit, we're going to put the other two. So this will be the underground, and this will be the other one. And I completely forgot one of the ones we needed, which was the tin gear. So we're going to basically copy this here. And I can go ahead and turn the bots back on. They can fill that in. And we'll go ahead and just do this. And bring this down like that. Change this to a tin plate. And then change this to a tin gear. And I don't think I need anywhere near that many. So let's just take it back like that. And then we can have these go onto there. So then we have all the material we need for this entire build on those two lines. So now we can do 2 more of these. Our clockwork thing got done. Oh, hey, it's a telescope. That's gonna let us see stuff. Nice. Let's get that done. Alright, so for this one, we just need belts and plates. So we can have the plates come off there, the belts come off there. We can make us another short underground, and then have that go like that. And then we'll have this drop our undergrounds right there. And then we need to bring this over, and we need to do our belts into there. Now, is there any reason? I don't think there is. Let's go ahead and move that over one. Because then we don't need that gap. And then we can have this come over. And this is going to need a short one and a long one. So we can have that grab the gears. And we can have that grab the plates. And then we're going to need another long-handled one, which is going to take a minute because it's got to make the whole thing. Okay. We can have that come off, and it'll go right there. So now that is our area for that stuff. So that means we can get rid of all of this up here. And I'm going to go ahead and have the bots tear all of that out. I'll go ahead and grab this. And while we're looking at it, I'm going to go ahead and make our heavy armor to replace our light armor, which just uses our reinforced bronze plates we made. So now I can switch that out. And we need to take this out. And the heavy armor has a little bit more room. We can go ahead and put that in there. And then fill it up. And I may even be able to put in another one of those so I can handle 10 of these guys. I might look at that later. Alright, so the only other thing that I need is I need a place for these. And I'm going to go ahead and just do this. And we'll just store them there. Except we want this instead. And we want 3 of them. And I'm going to go ahead and put the extras I have, well, not of those because it's full. But there we go. Now, it's taking a little bit more room than what we were doing up here. But we have all of our materials made right here on site. And I think that's going to be a little bit better and save us a bit of room in the long term. Now, once we get to more advanced belts, then we're going to have to send in other materials, and we'll deal with that down the road when we get there. So that's basically what I'm going to do for all of this. So, like, the next thing we're going to make is pipes. And if you've noticed, we've used a lot of regular underground and short underground and the regular pipes. So, if we look at pipes here, we have regular steam pipe is copper plate, copper rivet. And the rivets are made from rods. For the underground, it's just the pipes. For the short underground, it's just the pipes. So then, it looks like we have plenty here of rods. But I really don't think I want to use those to make rivets. So we didn't really need 2 of them. But we're going to go ahead and copy this part out here. And we're going to have it go let's leave just a little bit of room. So we're going to put this here, except we're going to take that out, and we're going to put that in, and this is going to be for the rivet. And it's going to be 1 to 1. And it's going to be the same timing. Alright, so then we just bring this down. And I actually brought that down too far. Okay, so cut this and put it there. And we'll make a long one. And we'll just bring this over here. We can go ahead and make a short one, I think. Excuse me. And now that'll take care of that. And now there is our rivets being made. And we'll put them on that belt. Alright. And so the only other thing we need is plates. So for this, we're just going to need more copper plates. So we'll just copy this out. And just in case we need some more rivets, we'll move it over here. And then we can just do that, which honestly we can just do that. Why did I... That's all wrong. This needs to be there. Much better. Alright, let me come up here and grab somewhere. Here we go. Grab some short arms there. And then they can get those put in. And we'll have these come in. Just like that. Alright, so that gives us what we need. And now we need... This can actually be up just a little bit higher. But we're going to do 3 of them for pipes. So we're going to have steam pipe. So far, I haven't needed a valve. It's a one-way valve. I don't think we're going to worry about that. At the moment, we haven't had any issues. So I'm not going to make it. And now we can fill this up. And for this one, I'm just going to come down that way. And we'll make another short. I need to figure out where the other one of these is. Because I obviously have one out here somewhere that I don't know about. I need to bring this over, actually. To there. Alright. And then that will make our pipes. And we'll have these come out right there. I can just grab the pipes I need. Right there. And then we can have these just go on a belt like that. And then we can have this one for the underground, this one for the short underground. Bring that across. Have both of those go in just like that. Go ahead and just put a pipe right there. And they don't need anything but the pipes. And then we can have this and this. We are going to have to change that out. And then we'll have a platform thing there. I'll have to make another one for there. And then we are going to need pipes for a few other things. So I'm going to go ahead and let this extend. And we're going to put this here to grab pipes off. And we'll just do this. And then we can do that. And let me see if we have any wood left. Yeah, it looks like we've gone through every bit of our wood up here. How are we doing? We're still okay at the moment. We have some trees right up here. Let me go grab just a little bit. I could make another one of these. Technically, I need to make 2 of those. I could start using tin. Let's actually look at the tin one and see if it's the same as the wooden one. Yeah, it's the same thing. Except it holds 3 instead of 1. Okay, well if it holds 3 instead of 1, then that means we can change this out. And that'll hold all 3. Yeah, that'll work. And then we can do this, and I'm going to go ahead and make another tin one. And we'll use that for our pipes. Because we use a lot of pipes. And that looks like those 3 are keeping up with what we need pretty well there. So, the bronze telescope is done. So we're going to go ahead and do our heavy roller here, and then I will stop at that point so we can get the rest of this done, because we have a lot that needs to get done, including we still need to make the crusher, we need to make our forest thing, we need to make our furnaces. We've got a lot that needs to get done. So let's go ahead and extend these out. And I think, since we're going to be tearing this area out of here, we can go ahead and start building some of our stuff on this side. I may move my walkway though, because I like my walkway. You know what? Just here, you guys get rid of that for me, would you? I like having my walkway open. You know, I haven't even looked at the achievements to see what kind of things we have. To see if we have any special things for this in particular, or if it's all just vanilla stuff. And for the most part, yeah, it just looks pretty much vanilla, so we don't need to worry about that. Okay. Let them take that out. So now, if we're going to bring our materials up that way, then I'm going to want a little bit of walkway here, or room for our walkway. So let's go ahead and move our walkway up this way, and we'll take this out, and that'll give us a little bit more room here. It'd be nice if I could get the bots to do this, but like it's not doing the thing. There we go. Okay, so now the next thing we want to get done is we have our assembler things, and these are going to use small copper frames, and that, as far as I know, is the only thing that uses the small copper frames. These two things use large copper frames. So we're going to do this next. So the small copper frames is rivets and plates. And then we're also going to need our basic motors, which is plates, gears, and rods. So for this, we're going to need a lot of them. We're going to need rivets, rods. Okay, we're going to need plates. We're going to need pistons. The pistons are rods and plates. Alright, so we're going to do, I'm going to say that. So this will be the rod. This will be the rivet. And then we're going to do, I need some more of these. Then we're going to leave a little bit of a gap. And we're going to do a couple rods there. And then we're going to do, I'm going to say 4 plates here. Now, is that going to give us everything? I think so. So, plate and rod. Oh, nope. We're going to need gear as well. So, let's go ahead and pull this out of here. Clear us out just a little bit of room. And then we're going to do, this only needs 1 gear. So we're just going to do that. And we'll have that for the gear. And we'll see how that works. So then we'll have this and that, which goes into this one. And then we'll have this. Yeah, I'm thinking that'll work. Alright, we'll get rid of all of this. So then we'll have this line. And we'll have that line. Alright, so we need to get copper only up to this line. And I'm thinking we're actually just going to bring it over from here for this one. Because we're going to need a lot of copper for this. And because of how far back here I put it, it'll kind of just be easier to bring back from here. So if we do this, we can do that. That'll get the copper onto this line. And then we can do that. I do need to turn all of these. And then connect all of that. All of that. We're going to need all of these. Okay. And we need to get this up to there. Alright. I think that's looking good. And we can just grab a regular underground, which we can now just walk over here, grab both of those, and that one underground I have, we're just going to put in there. Okay. So we can grab our underground. We can bring it up here. Make sure I have a little bit of room to walk here. And we're going to put shorts there. And then just like so. That takes care of all of that. Spread that all the way across. And we now have all of our material. Hopefully that's going to make it fast enough. So now we just need to get all of this ripped out of here. So let's go ahead and just... I'm going to leave this one there for the moment. I'll give them a little bit of a hand here. We're not going to need that any longer. My inventory is going to be so full of materials, it's not even funny. Alright, so now that we have those, now we need to start setting up what we need to make this stuff. Let's get all of this back up out of here as well. Okay. So we're doing the small steam assembler, which means we now need to make small copper frame, basic motor, more pipes, and pistons. So that's going to be 4 assemblers we're going to need. So we're going to just set this up so I don't forget. So we need small frame, basic motor, piston, and pipe. Okay, so that's the 4 things we're going to need. And we're going to need one of everything, or one of the small frame and the small motor, 2 of the pipe, and 2 of the piston. Okay, the pipe we know we get 2 in 1 second, so that's perfectly fine. The piston, we're going to get 1 every 2 seconds. So we should have, I'm guessing, 2 of them making pistons. So let's go ahead and put a second one out here. We'll change this over to piston, and then this will be the pipe. Okay. And even though I didn't want to take it out yet, let's go ahead and get rid of this, because this is going to be a pretty large area. Okay. And we're obviously going to have to move these over as well. Let's go ahead and get these guys working on clearing that out. Alright, the small frame is over here. That's going to take 3 seconds to craft that. And it's also going to take 6 plates. But 3 seconds is the important part, because we need 1 of those for every 1 of these. So I think we're going to go ahead and at least make 1 more for the small frame. Okay, so I think this is going to be what we work with. And we should be able to put that right across, say, here. And let's make a few of these. Extend our belt out here. Okay. So, for the small frame, we need rivet and plate. And we have rivet on the top one. And let's go ahead and change that. Change these around a bit. And let's put that there. And then we'll make this the pipe, the short underground, and then the long underground. Hopefully I can remember that. Alright, and we're going to need steam up into here. And I'm going to go ahead and bring it up from here and then over like that. Okay. So then we're going to need a long one. And then we can just copy this over to there and there. That'll take care of those. And then the piston is going to be plate and rod. So we're going to need the same thing for these two. And then this is plate and rivet. So imagine that. We're going to need the same thing again. Alright, so that'll give us all of our material there. And now we just need to get, we want these two and this on the same line, which we can send that way. And then we want these two and that one, which we'll send on this line. And I'm going to go ahead and double this back the other direction. And we'll have, well, no, actually, no, we're not. Because there's a chance that some of this stuff can be used on our larger assemblers. Alright, so now we just need to do this, this, and this. Alright. And we'll just bring this up. And we can go ahead and use a short underground. Okay, and that'll give us all the things we need. And we can put this one right there. And that is going to be for our small assembler. And so then we can just paste this back in here again. We can have a pipe right there. And we'll use a short one to jump across like that. We do not need these here going any further though. So let's back this up to there. Okay, and we're gonna need one of our little plate guys here. Fill that up, and there we go. There's our small assemblers, which I have more than I need on me. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and drop plates off. And we got gears in that one, and I'll go through the rest later. Alright, so that gives us our small assembler. And we have been here for an entire hour. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this into 2 episodes of rebuilding this, and we will start over here on making our large assemblers. And I think we're going to go ahead and come down over here and start making our inserts in the next episode. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you in part 2 of our redo of the factory. Let me know what you guys think of the new setup. I kind of like the way this is working out. Later.